Hey everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Upcycled Adulting, where I am here to help you grow to accomplish your goals, create healthy habits, and overcome obstacles. Do not forget to subscribe because I am all about helping you build the life you have been dreaming about. Now, today we're going to be talking a little bit about an obstacle that you might be facing, specifically in your goal work or as you are making positive changes in your life, and that is self-doubt. Self-doubt is nagging and frustrating. And I'm going to tell you whether you struggle with self-doubt in the form of negative self-talk or limiting beliefs, or you lose steam and then you beat yourself up, or you have maybe a record of failures that you actually fall back into, or you're struggling with imposter syndrome. Self-doubt is one of the best ways to get stuck. Now, self doubt, really, when it boils down to it, is related to issues with self esteem and worthiness. And it's an indication that you are struggling with confidence. Now, one of the reasons why this happens is because we tend to minimize our accomplishments. One. Two is that we tend to be surrounded by expectations and messages that we're not doing enough. As a mom of five, I'm going to tell you that this has been a consistent issue in my life. And I think for women in particular, this is incredibly problematic. It feels like no matter what you're doing as a woman, it's wrong, right? You're not a good enough mom. You're not keeping a clean enough house. You're not ambitious enough in your career. And you're not thin enough. You couldn't possibly be thin enough or rich enough. Like there's just so many pressures and so many messages about what we should be doing and who we should be and where we should be in our lives. There's this artificial timetable that I remember my aunt saying, "Oh, I thought I would be fit, fabulous, and 50," right? Who even made up that saying? Who even made that up? Because that expectation is just ridiculous. We're not all trying to be fit, fabulous, and 50. Some of us are just trying to get through 50. Some of us are just trying to get to 50 without losing our minds. We need to learn how to let up some of that pressure. And we need to learn how to create a sense of pride in ourselves and an awareness of our successes, our strengths, our wins, and our progress, rather than holding ourselves to some standard of perfection that just does not work and minimizing our own awesomeness, right? So there's a couple things that I like to do to help me when I am dealing with self-doubt. One of those things is I'm just going to be honest here. I like to be really careful about what I am taking into my mind. What am I taking into my mind? What am I embracing? What am I putting in? Because, we've all heard this thing, you can have the cleanest diet in the world, but you need to have, clean thoughts too. Like if you're nourishing your body, you need to nourish your mind, right? And sometimes that means that I need to hide some people on social media. Sometimes that has meant not going back to watching that particular TV show. And sometimes that means I need to distance myself from certain people in my real life because I know that they're minimizing or undermining, or I know that they're creating pressure about milestones that I already am struggling with, or that I maybe don't even want, but it's making me feel not enough, right? I'm just feeling not enough because I haven't checked that box yet. And the reality of the situation is that input is dragging me down. It's dragging me down. It's like I am surrounded by people and things. I'm trying to run a marathon, and you're piling bags of cement onto my shoulders to run across that finish line. It's not that I can't run the marathon. I mean, personally, I never would. But it's not that I can't run the marathon. It's that I can't run it when you guys are dumping more stuff on me to carry. And I, at some point, have to choose to put it down. Sometimes, by the way, for me, that has also meant not, y'all, listen, this is reasonable, not listening to certain podcasts or influencers or coaches, right? There are some personal development leaders that are permanently blocked on my social media because if they tell me one more time that to be successful, I just need to force myself while I am really trying to navigate the fact that self-discipline, willpower, motivation do not work for me, right? That every time I hear that personal development leader say, nobody's going to show up in your life and force you, you need to force yourself. Every time I hear that, the thing that happens in my brain is I say, what's wrong with you? Other people can make themselves do it. Why can't you? That's not helping me. That's filling me with more self-doubt. And I know that they mean well. And I know for a lot of people, this may work, but it doesn't work for me. And I need to honor what I need. I need to honor what I need. So if something that I'm exposed to is making me feel like garbage, is adding to my self-doubt pile, is adding to my you suck, you're a quitty failure pile, it's got to go. It just does. It has to go. Reducing what I take in that creates that in me is one of the easiest ways to clear the decks, to just clear the decks. To clear the decks so that I can create an awareness of my own wins, my own unique talents, my own unique strengths, my own record of awesomeness, so that I can create affirmations that work for me, that I can believe that I can believe, so that I can bridge that space and build confidence. That doesn't mean I need to be surrounded by people that say, yes, you're perfect. Woo, look at you go. You're so great. Right? That's not what I mean by that. I mean being able to say, no, I'm not great at everything, but I am uniquely equipped in a lot of really awesome ways. Okay. And maybe I can't force myself to do things, but I'll tell you this, nobody can figure things out like I can. And I'll tell you what else. I can't force myself to do things, but I can celebrate my way into doing them. I can get myself very excited about the fact that I've been successful in the past, and that will make me want to do that new thing. Because now I believe in myself. Now I feel like this is possible. Now I want to show up in my life and be like, look at me go, right? That's what I want. And I want to be surrounded by people who do that too. And it's not because I'm perfect and I'm always getting it right. It's because I'm making progress and I'm winning. I'm winning. Reminding myself to wake up every single day feeling purposeful and having clarity and creating intention in my life rather than getting on the hamster wheel and just, punching the button and being in a space where I feel stuck is what helps me move forward. Knowing that I don't have to take on the world. I can do a little something today, right? And do my best for today, little something for today. Something that I can feel proud of at the end of the day. That builds confidence. Because I'm just going to tell you, when you wake up every single day and you feel purposeful and you feel like you have clarity about what you're doing and you go to bed every night and you feel proud of yourself, self-doubt becomes kind of a thing of the past. It stops being such a thing. It stops being such a big deal. Imposter syndrome goes away. Not because you're being dishonest about your perfection, but because you know that you're a real person and you know that you have this to offer and you're not an imposter. You're not trying to be something you're not. It's the funniest thing to me when people say that they have imposter syndrome. And the reason why that's so funny to me is because of the awareness that it takes to feel like an imposter means that you're not an imposter at all. Imposters never think that they don't worry about having imposter syndrome. Because they're too busy thinking that they're so great that they couldn't possibly be an imposter, right? Building confidence doesn't mean being unrealistic about who you are or where you're going or what your strengths are. Building confidence is about being realistic about what you have to offer, what you're putting out there. And I have to tell you, it's worth it. It's worth it. Keep an accomplishment journal. Write a love letter to yourself. Minimize your exposure to the things that increase your self-doubt. Let go of those artificial expectations. Figure out what works for you. Honor you. Love you. You're the best you that anybody could possibly be because you're the only you that's out there. Nothing to doubt about that. Nothing. All right. Well, this has been a heck of a pep talk. I'm going to be here all week giving pep talks. Don't forget to subscribe because you are absolutely amazing and you deserve to live the life you have been dreaming of. Bye, everyone.